Happy afternoon, everybody. Pickerel here, day 3, Ouachita Trail. So, first let me fill you in on where I left you off yesterday, day 2. I had said I was either going to do 9 miles after lunch and get to a tent site, or I was going to do like 13.5 miles after lunch for like a 24-ish mile day to a shelter. And I got to the tent site and I said to myself, if I get there before 4:30, screw it, I'll just press on to the shelter. So of course I got there at 4:29 and the tent site was lame looking. So I was like, all right, I'll just press on at the shelter. I'm tired and I probably should stop right here, but I'll press on to the shelter. So I slog on up to the shelter, and to get there, I'm having to trudge through like the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th stream crossings of the day. So my shoes are just soaked. And it wasn't really warm yesterday. It was kind of cloudy, like 45 degrees. And by the time I get up to this damn shelter, which is on top of a mountain, literally the Nancy Mountain shelter, it's like 40 degrees. The wind is blowing like none other. And to make matters worse, my hand's in the way. That'll make matters worse. To make matters worse, the shelter is the open face of the shelter. It's a 3-sided structure. Faces north. The prevailing winds around here, the bad ones, always come from the north. So the wind is coming into this shelter like 20, 30 miles an hour and just swirling around in there. So it's pretty much dark. So I know I'm setting up inside the shelter. And I put my sleeping pad out and put my sleeping bag on it. And I get in there because I got to warm up. My feet are cold and wet. My hands are cold and wet from filtering water. And I know I just need to get in there and get warm. So I get in the thing. Now, mind you, I only brought a 40-degree quilt because average low temperatures this time of year around here are supposed to be around 50. So the fact that it's 40, which is the quilt limit, and that I'm wet and cold and it's windy, this is starting to turn into a shit show, a bit of a dangerous shit show. So one of the struggles with the shelter is the planks that are on the floor of the shelter have slats in them. So the wind that's coming through is coming straight up through the bottom of the slats. So anywho, sorry about that. Hiker coming the other way. Didn't want to seem like a complete dork. Although I am a complete dork. So the wind comes up through these damn slats, like underneath you. So I didn't bring my spring-fall sleeping setup, which would be an insulated sleeping pad with an R value of like 4 and a 20-degree quilt. No, I bring an uninsulated sleeping pad with an R value of 1 and my 40-degree quilt. So it's 40 degrees, the wind is wailing, which completely ruins the temperature rating of your bag by at least 10 degrees. And I'm like, and I'm not warm, I'm already cold, I'm already wet. I'm like, things are getting dangerous. So what I do is I pull out my tent because I'm not using it because I'm in a shelter. And I take the footprint and I take the tent body and I lay it down underneath my sleeping pad. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to add R value to the pad because I could feel the cold coming up from underneath me. So I do that. Then I take the rain fly and I wrap it all around my sleeping bag and tuck it underneath the pad on all sides. So really what I've done there is I've created a bivvy. And so, okay, that is as much protection from the cold as I can muster here. And then I did the one big trick that I learned in the Arizona trail when I almost died in that blizzard was I boiled up some water, a couple of cups, poured it into my smart water bottle so that I've got basically a nice warm bottle, and just shove that thing down in the sleeping bag with me, and be amazed how that'll heat up a sleeping bag. So anywho, I got warm, I stayed warm, and I didn't die. Good times. So enough about last night. What the hell's going on today in day 3? Well, I'm no longer on the flat section, which was also the mud swamp section. I'm officially in the Ouachita Mountains, and it's up and it's down and everything in between. Today, looking to do around 20 miles. Looks like about 4,000 feet of up, 4,000 feet of down. And I am dragging ass. Yesterday, pushing 24 miles on the second day. Broke one of the cardinal rules of thru hiking, which is take it easy early. But I'm not smart. And I'm paying the price today. I'm definitely fatigued. I am walking slow. I'm dragging ass. And it's going to be a sufferfest just to make 20 today, especially with all the ups and downs. Anywho, trying to make a cool tent site. If I get there early enough, I'll show you what it looks like. Adios.